Hi there, this is Steve, sailing Alison. I'm doing something a little bit different today, which is why I'm doing this video from home rather than from the boat. I'm designing a prop puller for Alison. Reason for this is I need to get the prop shaft off in order to fit a new flexible coupling. I'll show you the problem when I'm down the boat. And what I need is a prop puller that I can use without removing the rudder. Now I could remove the rudder, which is directly behind the prop, but it would be a real pain to do because there's loads of mud underneath the rudder and it'd be a real messy job. So what I'd like to do is design one that will fit in and will actually pull the prop without me having to remove the rudder. So I've done some research online and there are a couple of such designs around, but they only seem to sell them in America or Australia, weirdly. You just can't get this designer prop puller in the UK. So I'm going to design one. It'll be useful to brush up my 3D design skills, and who knows, maybe other people will want to buy one as well. This is a conventional prop puller. I think it's a gear puller really. So this goes behind the prop, and then this goes onto the end of the prop shaft, and then you screw this down. Of course, there's nowhere near enough room between the end of the prop shaft and the rudder for me to get all of this in place. So that's why I need to design my own. So this is the front part of the prop puller. So you can see I've got 3 holes in it, and this is an inset so that the end of the prop shaft should stay in the middle. So very, very simple really. And then if we have a look at the back part of it, so here's the back part of the prop puller. So again, we've got the 3 holes in a triangle so that we can have a threaded rod that goes between the back and the front, and it will go between the blades of a 3-bladed prop. And then we've got this cutout in the middle. This is goes around the prop shaft. This is the company that I'm going to use to make the prop puller. All you have to do is upload the step file. And you can see that it has uploaded it and read it, and it's giving me a quote straight away. Now this is for 10, so if I reduce this to 1, recalculate, and then let's change the material to stainless steel 316, which is the marine grade stainless steel. There you go. So £97.15. Good morning. This is a very exciting day here on Sailing Alison, because I have got the prop puller parts back from the manufacturer. So there are 2 bits. This piece here, this is the triangle, this is going to go on the front, and then behind the prop itself I've got this bit here. So that goes around, this bit goes around the shaft. Now you can see that that looks a bit big, so I've made a bit of a schoolboy error, which is that instead of specifying the diameter, I specified the radius, so this is too big. But I think that with these pieces of metal that I've taken off the stove, which I'm going to get rid of, then I can just kind of put these in place behind the prop, and that will allow me to pull it off. Just checking whether the holes are okay for the threaded rod that I've already bought. There we go. So that bit, at least I got those holes right. So we're about ready to go. I will see you down under the boat. It's a bit of a wade to the bottom of the boat, but and it's a bit muddy as well, but never mind. I'm wearing my Tivas, and human skin is very washable. After a bit of struggle, it's all in place. So these holes were 10mm, and this threaded rod is fraction under 10mm, so it was a bit struggle to get in. So I think on version 2 I will make these holes slightly bigger. You can see I've got these in place around the back of the prop. So all that remains now is to tighten up the nuts, and hopefully it should just pop off. And with a bang, it was off. Fantastic. Well, I thought I would have to keep looking for the prop to fall off, but I actually heard it. There we go. Fantastic. Well, that can only be regarded as an outstanding success. It turns out I was right to not to try and get the prop shaft out today. So we're only an hour after high tide, and already the water is well into the harbour. So that's a job for tomorrow. So low tide will be approximately an hour later tomorrow, so it means that if I get down here about 10:30, I should be able to pull the prop shaft out on the falling tide, and that'll give me plenty of time, you know, if I can't get it back in again. So what would I do differently with the Mark II design? So obviously first is correcting this so that instead of being twice as large as it should be, make it the right size. The second thing I do is make these holes slightly bigger. The threaded rod does fit through the holes, but it's very, very tight. So I think that even 1/2 mil diameter would make it so much easier to assemble. The third thing is that I actually had to hold the threaded nut with a mole grip. It's one of these, in order to tighten it up, because what was happening is that the nut was just actually rotating the rod. Thought of different ways around that, but maybe just using the mole grip in the middle is probably the best solution. We don't need that bit of thread, so it doesn't matter if it gets mashed. The thing with using a bolt, so you could use like a big Allen bolt, you know, with a hex head, then probably it would kind of stick into place, and you know, it would sort of hold against something. But then you'd need it to be exactly the right length for every different type. So really pleased with that. So if anybody out there wants one of these, then please let me know. I mean, this one as a one-off cost me about 130 quid to make, but if there's a bunch of people who want one, then we could probably get them well under 100 quid, which is, you know, actually pretty good compared to the cost of getting them. There's a similar design to this in that you can get in America and you can get in Australia, but they're a lot more, especially once you get them shipped over here. So I think that's a pretty good cost. And if, like me, you've got a skeg mounted rudder with the prop between the skeg and the rudder, or maybe you've got a full keeler again with the prop in a kind of cutout that's between the end of the keel and the rudder, makes a massive difference because you don't have to pull the rudder out. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, and maybe if there's a bunch of us, we can kind of get the quite substantial discounts of getting, say, 10 made at once. Okay, so bathing in the glory of my success, I will sign off now, for now, and tomorrow I'll see about getting the prop shaft out.